Yes. So let's start today's session. In this session, I'm going to explain you what is .NET and why .NET, what kind of applications we can develop using .NET, and to become a good programmer in .NET, what you should learn, and how our session is going to be continued, how much time it will take to complete entire the .NET. In .NET, what things need to be required to learn. I'll give complete details in this session. And uh, before going to start or enter into .NET, what is .NET, why .NET, I need to explain you about these sessions. Okay, so every day session timing is, it's a fixed timing what I allotted to you. That is Indian time 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And every day session is 1 hour, and that everyday session is going to be recorded. What I'll teach you, what I'll write the programs, what I'll explain to you, same thing will be recorded. And that after completion of session, then I'll send that same recorded video to your Google Drive, and you can able to watch it clearly. And along with that, I'll send complete materials, what topics I covered, soft copy of material also I'll send to you. And this time duration means how much time it will take to complete this entire .NET course means minimum 2 months required, minimum 2 months. So in this 2 months of sessions, what I'm going to cover? Yes, to become a good programmer in .NET, compulsory you should learn in this basic package of .NET. I'll cover C# .NET plus ASP.NET, ASP.NET plus SQL Server. SQL Server in detail I'll cover. I don't think so. How much topics are required for C# ASP? Only that topics only will cover in SQL Server? No, I'll cover complete SQL Server. So later, after completion of this SQL Server, you can able to apply job role of SQL Server developer also. So that means everything will cover in detail. That's what I'm taking 2 months of time. C#, ASP.NET, SQL Server. And in this context, what I'm saying, without knowing of C#.NET, you can't move to ASP.NET. But without knowing of ASP.NET and C#.NET topics, directly you can able to learn SQL Server also. SQL Server you can able to learn at any point of time. So what my plan in these sessions means, actually to cover ASP, C#.NET, SQL Server is not possible within 2 months. But according to our plan, we can able to finish within 2 months. How? So first, initially, after completion of introduction to .NET, we'll start with C#.NET. And the sessions will happen every week, Monday to Saturday. Only Sunday is the holiday. And my plan is Monday to Thursday, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days week. C#.NET I'll cover same time, that is 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And every Friday and Saturday, weekly 2 days, and SQL Server topics will cover. So why I should cover every weekend SQL Server means in the middle of C#.NET as well as in ASP.NET, we will go and interact with the database also. The database, most of the .NET applications will recommend SQL Server databases only. So that's what you have to know, that at least basics of SQL Server concept. If you know the basics of SQL Server, then I can able to interact from C# with ASP.NET to SQL Server. That's the reason I cover at the weekend SQL Server. So this will be happen throughout continuation until we complete C# SQL Server parallelly. So weekly 4 days C#.NET and Friday and Saturday 2 days SQL Server. Like this will continue in the initial stage. Once I finish this C#.NET and SQL Server, then later we'll go for ASP.NET. Why ASP.NET is later? Why can't you go for parallelly means? I said that clearly, without knowing the basics of C#.NET, ASP.NET is not possible. Why it's not possible, I'll tell you. So you are going to develop applications design only using ASP.NET, but behind the scenes logic code, if you want to write, then again we have to use C#.NET only. So as a .NET programmer, you must and should aware of that C#.NET knowledge. Okay, so this is just I'm creating, I'm telling that how that sessions are going to be happen. Okay. So this is my responsibility to tell you initial stage only, because if any your plan is there, so that's not correct, because later I can't. This is what exactly I'll go. So initial day, what I am telling, same I'll stick with that only. So I'll never change my way of teaching like this. So that's what initial session, first session only I'm telling this kind of things. Okay, you should understand clear. Now coming to the thing. Okay, so before going to start .NET, what is .NET? So what things need to be required to become a good programmer in .NET? As I said that C# .NET is compulsory. What is C# .NET means? It's a programming language. Okay, so C# .NET is a programming language. Generally, programming language is used for what purpose? Just coding part for application development. Yes, coding part for application development. For that, we will use a programming language in .NET, that is C# .NET. Yes, .NET is having lot of programming languages. You just wait, I'll tell you what kind of programming language are exist in .NET framework. But why we choose C# .NET, I'll tell you. But first, let me cover what things I'll cover in entire the course. So C# .NET. Next one is ASP.NET. ASP.NET stands for Active Server Page. ASP.NET stands for Active Server Page. Active Server Page. But strictly remember, ASP.NET is not a programming language. You should never say ASP.NET is a programming language. So only programming language you are going to learn, that is C# .NET. Fix. But ASP.NET, what is that? ASP.NET is a technology. But what kind of technology it is? Yes, it is a web technology, or some people will call it as server-side technology. Okay, it is a web technology or server-side technology. So generally, a web technology means what? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yes, same like this ASP.NET also. Like ASP.NET is having integrated with HTML tags, because when we design ASP.NET web page, behind the scenes HTML, CSS files automatically will be generated. Again, separately, you need not to learn HTML, CSS, and so on. So web technology or server-side technology. So C# .NET is a programming language which is used for writing coding part for the application development. Means complete coding we will write using a language called C#. But how we can design the websites or web pages means using ASP.NET. ASP.NET is a web technology or server-side technology. Server-side technology, why we are calling means all ASP.NET design controls like labels, text boxes, checkboxes, whatever we design in the web page, that controls will execute at server side only. That's the reason we are calling server side technology. And using ASP.NET, we can do only design. What we will design? Web pages or websites. Same. Website is nothing but group of web pages only. So websites, we are doing design. But only design, only logic, it's not good. It's not possible to develop a full-fledged application, you know. So for example, you can see this is what ASP.NET design. Just I'm taking for your understanding purpose. I'm just taking some simple user interface. Username, password I'm taking. And look at here, this user ID and password, I'm designing simple ASP.NET web page. Feel that it's designed in ASP.NET. Like this is button control. Simply button control name is called login button. So this is ASP.NET web page. Okay, ASP.NET web page. ASP.NET is for what purpose? Design. But only design, this is not correct. So you have to write logic part also. Logic part, how we can able to write? Under this login button, you have to write logic part. Logic part purpose, we need to write C#.NET. C#.NET programming language is for logic code. For this ASP.NET web page, ASP.NET is only for designing. So using ASP.NET, we can able to design this web page. This is user interface just. And C#.NET, we can write logic code. But here, this C# with ASP, we can call it as what, you know, front-end application. Yes, this is called front-end application. Front-end application. Front-end application means what? The application where user can interact. That is called front-end application. The application, the end user where we can interact. As a program, as an end user, as customer, I can interact with this only. This is called front-end application. But in reality, always front-end application should interact with the back-end application. That is means database. Yes, user will enter user ID and password here. And as soon as when we enter user ID and password, it has to cross-verified in the database. So this is called database. Database is nothing but where we can store end user information or client information. That is called database. Generally, database creation purpose, we use what? SQL Server. So SQL Server for database design. So you should learn SQL Server also. Third thing is SQL Server. We are going to teach SQL Server. SQL Server for database creation and database design purpose, we use SQL Server. Why SQL Server is compulsory required here? Why don't you go for other databases like Oracle or MySQL? Yes, we can do this. No problem at all. But most of the applications, Microsoft is strongly recommend to use SQL Server only because SQL Server is also product of Microsoft. So SQL Server is for database design. So this is, we can call it as backend application. Yes, backend application means where we can store end user information. So generally where we can store in the database. So this is backend applications. So, but in reality, most of the cases, front-end application can able to interact with backend application. At the same time, backend application will send the information to front-end application. That means to web pages. So both interaction is required. But both interaction, how it is possible? Yes, using a middleware called ADO.NET. Yes, in our session, we will cover ADO.NET also. Yes, ADO.NET purpose, just at least basic uh, of SQL Server concepts is required. That's what every weekend I will cover SQL Server concept. So ADO.NET stands for here, ActiveX Data Object. ADO.NET stands for ActiveX Data Object. So obviously ADO.NET topics will cover in the form of C#.NET as well as ASP.NET. Both technologies will cover ADO.NET. ADO.NET is a middleware which is used to recommend to communicate from front-end application to back-end application, at the same time back-end application to front-end application. So ADO stands for ActiveX Data Object, we can call it as. ADO stands for ActiveX Data Object. So communication interface, this we can call it as. From when we send front-end request to back-end, that front-end request goes to ADO.NET, ADO.NET will pass request to back-end. At the same time, when backend application is giving response, that response will come to ADO.NET and ADO.NET will give response to the front end only. So we are going to cover in our session ADO.NET also along with ADO.NET. ADO.NET. ADO.NET for communication interface. Communication interface. It's also called as native driver. We can say that. Yes, it's exactly native driver only. This is native driver. So these four things I'm going to cover within 2 months. So I strongly recommend to learn these all things in the .NET. .NET is not only one thing, it's a combination of things. Okay. So to become a good programmer in .NET, what things need to be required means these are the things required. C#, .NET, at least you should learn one programming language, that is C#. And to design web pages or websites purpose, you should aware of that ASP.NET also. And after that, SQL Server for database creation, where we can store the data and user purpose, and ADO.NET to communicate from front-end application to back-end application. Front-end application means C# with ASP. This is both combination is called front-end application. And back-end application means SQL Server, that is back-end application. Okay. And actually in the context of front-end application, here C#.NET is a back-end code also we can write. Yes. Because here front-end we are looking to design only, but behind the scenes logic code is there, C#.NET. So in the front end, again, C#.NET, we can call it as back end of this front end also, we can call it as logic code. So this is what I want to tell to you, because before going to start learning of .NET, you should aware of that, what you are going to learn. Okay, that thing is required, compulsory. At least you should have the basic knowledge, what things are there in .NET. Okay, that's what I'm creating awareness here. So these things I'm going to cover here: C#, .NET, ASP.NET, SQL Server, along with ADO.NET. And coming to the thing, so what is .NET? So you know very well, .NET is the product of Microsoft, and .NET is announced by .NET was announced by Bill Gates in the year of 2000, but first version of .NET was released in the year of 2002. From 2002, There are a lot of versions are available. I'll explain you what are the versions also. You don't worry. So first of all, what is .NET? Okay. So .NET is not a programming language because in .NET, C# .NET is a programming language. Okay. .NET is not a technology. In .NET ASP.NET is a technology. But what is .NET again? Yes, .NET is a framework tool. Yes, what is that? .NET is a framework tool. Framework tool. Yes, Microsoft people just giving .NET framework tool only. So as a .NET programmer, you should install this .NET framework tool into our computer. Then after you can able to start development of your application. So what is .NET means you should say .NET is just a framework tool which supports around 60 plus programming languages. .NET Framework supports around 60 plus programming languages. How many languages it supports? 60 languages. But in that 60 languages, in that 9 programming languages are designed by Microsoft exclusively. Yes, Microsoft company only 9 programming languages are designed. And remaining programming languages are designed by, designed by, designed by designed by non-Microsoft. Non-Microsoft means third-party companies developed these remaining programming languages. So once you install .NET Framework, then you can able to use lot of programming languages. Yes, any programming language if we use, if we choose as a programmer, where you comfort. So .NET Framework literally it will support. Understand? So .NET Framework is .NET is a framework tool which supports around 60 programming languages. But in this 9 are designed by Microsoft, remaining designed by non-Microsoft. Here I'm trying to list out that exactly 9 programming languages. What? In that C# .NET is one programming language, VB.NET, VB.NET, C++.NET, C++.NET, J Sharp.NET, F Sharp.NET, F Sharp.NET, next JScript.NET, JScript.NET, next Windows PowerShell, Windows PowerShell, Iron Ruby, here Iron Ruby, next Iron Python. These are the languages which are exclusively designed by Microsoft company. So you can use any programming language, no problem. But why we are using C# .NET means, why you are going to learn C# .NET means C# .NET is most powerful programming language compared to these languages. And most of the .NET applications, .NET softwares can be developed using C# .NET only. 90-95% of the people in real time, they'll use C# .NET. So try to become a master or try to become good at C# .NET. That's enough to get a job in .NET platform. So C# .NET is most powerful. That's what we are going to cover. C# .NET programming language logics only here. Okay, our entire .NET application development is fully depend on C# .NET. That's what we'll start with C# .NET only initial stage. Next, and .NET is the product of Microsoft. So there is no father or author or inventor of .NET because .NET was completely designed by Microsoft team. It's a team of work. That's what it's purely product of Microsoft. We can say that. Okay. Next, .NET framework is clear. .NET. What is .NET means? .NET is a framework tool only. But what is .NET framework tool? Yes. What is .NET framework? Framework means generally what it will come. So .NET Framework is a collection of class libraries. .NET Framework is what's a collection of class libraries. Class libraries means what? Yes. Class library means the collection of classes. What type of classes? Predefined classes. Like how we can say book library, collection of books, CD library, collection of CDs. At the same time, .NET Framework is a collection of class library means it's a collection of classes. What classes? Predefined classes. Who is giving these predefined classes? Microsoft people. So when we install .NET Framework software in our computer, so you will get lot of class libraries by default. Using this class libraries only, as a .NET programmer, we can able to start development of .NET kind of applications. Without .NET Framework, there is no .NET. Means you can't do anything in .NET. So that's what .NET Framework is, a heart of .NET applications. It's a core component of .NET applications. So .NET Framework is a free software. You can able to download it from Microsoft.com website officially. www.microsoft.com website. You can go and what kind of version of .NET Framework you want, you can download it. Once you download my .NET Framework software, you will be able to get all collection of class libraries into your computer. So what is class libraries actually? These are like just header files like C++ packages in Java, same like class libraries in .NET. And even we can call it as namespaces also. Yes, in .NET point of view, we can call it as namespaces. So these header files by default, these libraries, core libraries will come automatically. Sir, once I install .NET Framework software, I want to see in my computer where is the physical location of these all class libraries. So to get the physical location of these class libraries, so this is the physical location actually. Physical location of class library. Physical location of what we can say class library. Physical location of class library. What is that physical location of class library? Generally, we can go for root drive. Root drive means operating system drive. Then after that, here OS folder, operating system folder. What is the folder is available? And after that, there is a folder which is available in that assembly folder. These are the location actually. Root drive means whenever we install .NET Framework, obviously it will go to C drive. OS folder means that is Windows folder. Once I go to Windows folder, there is you can able to see that assembly folder. Assembly means group of classes. That is assembly folder. Let's go and quickly check out in my computer because already I installed .NET Framework in my computer. So let's try to do this now. So immediately I'll go to my computer and C drive is there. You can see double click on C drive. And now you can see Windows folder is there. This is called operating system folder. Double click over there. And after that, you can see there is assembly folder. You notice that. So once we install .NET Framework, assembly folder is there and MSCL format is there. Now you can see these are all built-in libraries which will come by default once we install .NET Framework software. Using this only as a programmer, we can able to start development of our application. Okay, so this is a .NET Framework. It's a collection of class libraries. .NET Framework is a free software and you can download it from Microsoft.com website. And once you install .NET Framework software, you will be able to get that lot of libraries. The location of libraries in your computer is this is the location. And without .NET Framework software, there is no .NET. You can't develop any kind of applications without .NET Framework. So .NET Framework is compulsory required. It's a free software only. Yes, sir, I have a .NET Framework. Okay, so but if I install and download .NET Framework after that, then where I can write my programming, what kind of application based on application where I can write my program. Yes, so in everywhere, if you take Java, so they need some platform to write some coding part. Like what platform they'll use? Some people they'll use Edit Plus, NetBeans, Eclipse, MyEclipse, and so on. Okay. So for example, if we take in Python people will use Notepad, Edit Plus, PyCharm editor, okay, Anaconda distribution. Like so many editors are there. At the same time, in .NET also, we have some editors. What editor tool is there in .NET means Visual Studio. Microsoft is providing a Visual Studio editor tool that also called as IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment. This is just an editor tool or editor software. If we use this editor tool, then we can able to write complete .NET code using Visual Studio. We can able to build or develop any type of applications. So Visual Studio is also required here along with the .NET Framework. But actually .NET Framework and Visual Studio no need to install separately. Once you download Visual Studio software from Microsoft official website and it's integrated with the .NET Framework only. So directly you can install Visual Studio software. But look at here how to get that Visual Studio software. Is that free or not? I'll tell you. So just directly uh, go to Google and type here download download Visual Studio 2019. This is the latest version. What versions are there? I'll tell you. Don't worry. So download Visual Studio 2019. Now you can see this is Visual Studio.microsoft.com downloads option is there. First link you just click on it, and you'll able to notice that three options are there here. You can see this. So this is the editor tool actually. This editor only we have to use in our class. So while writing the coding, everything C#, .NET, ASP.NET, Logix, we'll write in this editor only here. Okay. So there are three options are there. You are looking here, three options clearly. What options here? You are looking. So community version, community professional, as well as what we can say enterprise version. Okay, community, professional, and enterprise version. Three are there here clearly. But look at here, powerful IDE, free for students and open source. Okay, powerful IDE, free for students and open source contributors individual. Free download it is. So this is for student point of view they mentioned. And now coming to the thing here, you can see professional, professional thing. Professional editor means it's uh, professional IDE best suited for small teams. Small teams means those who are working with a small team like 10 members, 20 members like that. But it's not a free, it's a licensed version. Only trial version will be given. The 1 month hardly you can able to use it. And enterprise edition is their scalable end-to-end solution team of big size. You can use free trial version. So I strongly recommend to download this free version. And once you download it, then you will be able to get that Microsoft Visual Studio 2019.exe. So you just install it quickly. So double click on that. You just go to next install it. But look at here, while installation, then better to create Microsoft Outlook account. Okay, Microsoft account need to be created. Once you create Microsoft account, then you can able to extend your usage for a lifetime. Okay, so later I'll tell you, don't worry, the steps to install, what are the things need to be required to install the software, where we can get it and how to install, I'll show you if not, okay, if not understand you. So this is editor tool is required compulsory. Editor tool is just for writing the code, where we can write the code and where we can edit the code and where we can execute the code and see the output and all. You can manage your code completely through Visual Studio only. I'm going to use in our session Visual Studio 2019 software. Okay. Next, along with .NET Framework. So .NET Framework automatically will come and integrate with Visual Studio only, no problem at all. So these are the softwares are required. So .NET Framework software, Visual Studio software required, and SQL Server software also need to be required. SQL Server 2014 or 2016, I strongly recommend to install. Okay, this also will be available from Microsoft.com website. You can download it. And if you install this Visual Studio and SQL Server software, then only we can develop the application. Okay, I'll tell you what kind of applications we are going to focus in our sessions. I'll tell you quickly. But here, what software requirement, hardware requirement is required to install and download to install this Visual Studio and SQL Server means. So I strongly recommend Windows-based operating system, Windows-based operating system, Windows-based operating system. That is that 64-bit OS only. I strongly recommend to install 64-bit. And I strongly recommend hard disk space. Hard disk space means like C drive space. Minimum 20 GB is required because Visual Studio and SQL Server are heavyweight softwares. It will take minimum each one, it takes 6 to 7 GB memory. So that's what your C drive space minimum 20 GB should be free. Then 2 GB above RAM is required. 2 GB above RAM is required to execute faster rate. So these requirements compulsory you have to maintain in your computers. Then only you can able to go for Visual Studio and SQL Server software installation. But actually .NET was introduced, .NET was announced by Bill Gates in the year of 2000. The first version of .NET was introduced in the year of 2002. But from 2002, what kind of .NET Framework versions and what kind of Visual Studio versions are available? Let's show you this. These are the versions of .NET completely. Let's open the document clearly so that you'll understand that. So this is versions of .NET. Here I'm telling that .NET Framework versions as well as Visual Studio versions. Look at here, .NET Framework, Visual Studio. First version of .NET Framework is 1.0. At that time, they Microsoft introduced VS, the name called VS, like Visual Studio. Later, 1.1, Visual Studio 2003. This is the editor name. 2.0, this is .NET Framework version and Visual Studio version. And now you can see 2.0, Visual Studio 2005. 3.0, not applicable. Means at the time of 3.0 .NET Framework, they were not giving Visual Studio any software. So they recommend to do Visual Studio 2005 itself. Now later to 3.5, Visual Studio 2008, 4.0, VS 2010, 4.5, VS 2012, 4.6 vs 2015, 4.7 vs 2017, 4.7.1 or 2 Visual Studio 2019. This is what we are using latest version Visual Studio 2019 software. Okay, so this is .NET Framework versions and Visual Studio versions. It's strongly recommend to install in your computer Visual Studio as well as .NET Framework software along with SQL Server also. SQL Server later we can do this because in our sessions we'll talk about SQL Server also more things like how to create table, how to create databases, everything. So we'll be go through this SQL Server 2014 or 2016. So this is what is .NET and what kind of things need to be required in .NET. But why .NET? Generally, .NET is used to build an application. Why .NET? So is .NET is used to build used to build an application, to develop an application. But what kind of applications we can build or develop using .NET? Okay, so basically we can develop using .NET basic applications like console application. It's completely CUI, character user interface or command user interface, we can say. Next, Windows Forms application. Windows Forms application means this is completely GUI, graphical user interface. And next, web applications. Web applications, yes, basically this web applications completely GUI, but we will discuss this completely in ASP.NET related because ASP.NET is a web technology. In .NET, if you want to develop complete web applications like websites, web pages, then we should depend on ASP.NET. So these major applications involved in our coding, in our course. But not only these applications, there are a lot of applications we can develop using .NET. Like I'll tell you, Windows services we can write, Windows services, Windows services, and web services. Yes, we'll cover web services also in our sessions in ASP.NET. We'll cover that is web services, and also we can do MVC, model view control. So this is model view control, model view controller. I strongly recommend to learn MVC after completion of ASP.NET, but in this session we will not cover MVC architecture. Only 3-tier architecture with ASP.NET will cover. Okay, so MVC model view controller and more applications like we can able to develop mobile applications and we can able to develop gaming applications using .NET gaming applications, and also we can develop like WPF applications, Windows Presentation Foundation, Windows Presentation Foundation, and WCF, that is Windows and Windows Communication Foundation. WCF, WCF, it stands for Windows Communication Foundation, Windows Communication Foundation, Windows Communication Foundation. So like this, we have to develop lot of applications using .NET. But here console application, Windows Forms application, web application is our main applications will cover along with the web services also. Okay. And what is console application means? It is command prompt application, like just basic programs, including object-oriented topics will cover in this console application, especially with C#.NET. It's a character user interface. Every time you're going to deal with characters only, like you're giving input as a characters, but you're getting output also as a characters. And Windows Forms application is completely GUI. Like you can develop some text editor applications like product-based applications we can develop. And web applications means completely distributed applications, means online applications we can develop using a web application that I'll cover in ASP.NET. So generally console application, Windows Forms application is product-based applications. It's limited to particular organization. But ASP.NET web application means completely not limited to particular organization. It's anybody can access by typing web address in the URL. These are online applications or distributed applications, we can say that. So these many applications we can develop using .NET. .NET is used to build an application. Why .NET means? .NET is used to build an application clearly here. Okay. So this is just a introduction part of .NET. What I'll cover. So what is C#, what is ASP.NET, SQL Server, and ADO.NET, and what is .NET, why .NET. Okay, how we are going to continue these sessions. Just basic information I disclose in this session. This is just for demo session, and we will give more introduction. We'll discuss more introduction part in tomorrow's session clearly. So now it is time to speak with me. You have any doubts related to our topics which I covered and related to sessions, you can feel free to speak with me, no problem at all now. Or else you can type in the chat box whatever you have a doubts related to this course and all, and I'll give answer properly, no problem. This is just for introduction part which I cover in this session, how the our session is going to be continue, and what I'm going to cover and what you are going to learn if you are going to join with this .NET course. I clearly mention it. And time duration is 2 months compulsory required, every day 1 hour session, and sessions will be happen from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is the holiday, and every day a recorded video is going to be sent to your Google Drive, and along with complete soft copy of material. Yes, already I prepared complete material. If you want, I'll show you clearly. You can see this. This is the complete material of C# .NET Part 1 and C# .NET Part 2 and ASP.NET session-wise material and SQL Server session-wise material. Everything is there here. Every session-wise material I prepared. You need not to get any confused, because I mentioned clearly each and every point in this document. Once you follow this document, undoubtedly you will never get any confused. You have to follow these steps completely with programs and examples. Everything is there. It's clear document. Okay. So videos, along with videos and material also I'll send, interview questions and everything. What stuff I have, I'll send to you. Okay. So this is about today's session. This is the first introduction part of .NET. Why .NET? What is .NET? What things you are going to learn in .NET? So that's all about today from my side. And from your side, you have any questions, now you can ask me, or else you can type in the chat box so that I'll answer you. Okay. Yeah. Any questions from Mr. Lakshmikant, Saita R, and Vijay Adav? Do you have any queries? Feel free to ask. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Do you have any questions? Or else at least you can able to type in the chat box also. Do you have any things related to our sessions and how the sessions are going to be there? No questions? Yes, I hope you don't have questions. Yeah. Yeah, no questions as of now. So far it's clear. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Let's see tomorrow at same time on same link only. Yes, yes, yes. I'll give once I'll start the sessions. Okay, once I'll enter into the logic part. So I'll try to give that exercise and practice as purpose. Also some examples. Don't worry. I'll take care. You just leave it to me. Yeah. So thanks for attending this session. Hope you guys tomorrow will meet at same time on same link. We'll continue more things in related to .NET. And if time permits, tomorrow only I'll enter into the logic parts. Okay. With software's opening and software downloading and installation, everything I'll cover in tomorrow's sessions. Okay. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow at same time.